Yellow just blocking in the house in my road. Gotta make her put it on. She don't like wearing clothes. Just left Concord, North Carolina. I was licking on booty in a whole lot of vagina. Eat a boozer with some ice cream. She'll remember you. Ice Cube make it chip like the winter do.
See me with the crew. I done get some food. I see you looking like you do. Had to make a move,
It's me and my goonies gonna be gripping the toolie. They think it's a game to me and the gang is gonna play Call of Duty. Cause when it comes to the static, oh my steady active. Catch you lacking in traffic, giving close caskets. I'm in my lane when I'm spinning the block and I'm putting the pin.
Listen to the album, man. That's it. With the album, bro. With the album, bro. With the album. If you want nothing but the album, man. Tell people to listen to the album, son.
Joell, that album could suck my. You kidding me?
Suck my. Don't go there. Don't do that.
You want me to put people to this clown show?
All right, I'm out, man. All right, one.
Out of here with that, man.
So, you know, yo, Joe, that little comment right there, you're going to wish you retracted that one. I'm out, one.
It's like, yo, I'm trying to bring the fans the music. The fans been wanting Slaughterhouse for a long time. I'm trying to bring the fans the music, you know what I mean? I'm doing my best for years and years and years. And I'm supposed to just wait? I love Royce to death. But when he said he wouldn't do it without Joe, I couldn't do nothing. I was stung. I was hurt. I can't just sit back and be, you know, he chose Joe again. That's what it was. I'm sorry. That's what happened. You feel me? So my whole thing was when we had the 3-man opportunity, I went back to the label because Joe didn't want to do it. So here's the funny part. Why am I going back to the major distribution company, which would have been ownership, joint venture involved and all that? Why am I going back to them with a 3-man, you know, like, yo, you know what? Joe don't want to do it. Let's do the 3-man. You feel me? And I'm like, yo, all right, cool. They gave me, you know, what they would do for the 3-man. I said, all right, that's dope. I took that back. Joell was on the phone with me and Royce. Royce's exact words was, don't put that in the universe, crook. He's going to rap. I said, he's not going to rap, and he said he don't want to do the deal. I said, I'm not trying to put it in the universe, but I'm just asking you, brother to brother, if he does not want to do it, will you do the 3-man group? He said no right there with me and Joell on the phone. I'm not lying. He said, now he might have been opposed to it because, you know what I'm saying? He might feel like, yo, Slaughterhouse is not a brand without Joe Budden. And that's fine. That's cool. He might feel like, yo, you know what? It got to be all 4 members to be Slaughterhouse. It might not just be a thing where he's choosing Joe. It could be like, yo, even if it was Joell, whoever is missing, it's not Slaughterhouse without all 4. So I said, okay, that's cool. But right now, it's been sitting around. Our last album dropped in 2012. It's 2022. It's been 10 years. The fans been asking for this stuff for a long time. Let's give them some closure. Let's give them a couple joints. It's nothing, man. This is what we do. We make music.
Now, me personally, I don't understand how this situation could even get so crazy. You know, Joe Budden just throws the whole entire FrankStand, SabrettStand, NathanStand, the whole Roger Wood sausage box at Joell Ortiz for simply asking him that if he supports the move, to just tell the people to listen to the album. Now, even though he felt like he didn't want to do that, I feel like he's out of line. And he's too old to be telling people to suck his eggplant. He's just too old for it, man. Especially somebody who you were supposed to be friends with. And okay, y'all having a little tiff, a little disagreement, but this is somebody who you did multiple projects with, multiple records. Y'all was a part of the same group, Slaughterhouse, on Shady Aftermath Records, you know what I'm saying? And they was going somewhere. And if you ask me, I feel like I disagree with both Joe Budden and Royce the 5'9". Now, if you not privy to this situation. Recently, Joell Ortiz and King Crooked dropped a record, and it's basically supposed to be like the return of Slaughterhouse, because I don't know what the issue is. Like, are they calling themselves Slaughterhouse officially, or that? I mean, is that the reason why Joe Budden and Royce the 5'9" have an issue with it? Because they continue in the group without them? Is it because they're using the name Slaughterhouse, or is it just because they are a group? And Joe Budden and Royce the 5'9" feel an issue with that. They may be using the name Slaughterhouse. I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure how that works, because if they independent, wouldn't all four of them have rights to that name and would have to agree on it? I'm really not sure how that works, but I feel like Joe Budden is definitely out of line, and Royce the 5'9" is wrong, but for the simple fact of this. Slaughterhouse was going, they was doing their thing, they was signed to Shady Aftermath, and in the midst of all of this, Joe Budden's podcast is steadily growing, and it's becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. And Joe Budden starts to become bigger on ownership, right? And he also, in the midst of Eminem dropping projects, he critiques Eminem, and he has a issue with Eminem. And in the middle of that, all the other three guys are trying to make another Slaughterhouse album, and he says, hey, listen, I'm not doing another Slaughterhouse album as long as Slaughterhouse is on Shady Aftermath. So they remained on Shady Aftermath. Eventually, Eminem let them go. So once they let them go, Joe Budden declares he's retired anyway, right? And he's just going to do podcasting. This is when they was, having $1 million deals with Spotify and all that. But then they waiting on Joe. Joe's like, listen, I'm retired. I'm not doing Slaughterhouse no more. Slaughterhouse is dead, right? He don't have the hunger to rap anymore, apparently. But King Crooked, Joell Ortiz, and Royce the 5'9" still have it. But because of Royce the 5'9's loyalty to Joe Budden, because they're closer friends than the other two people in the group, Royce the 5'9" says, hey, listen, I'm not doing the three-headed monster thing. Slaughterhouse is not Slaughterhouse without Joe Budden, which is cool. I respect him choosing to not be a part of the group. But now, even more years go by, King Crooked and Joell Ortiz, they decide, hey, listen, man, we gonna continue this for the fans. And once that happens, Joe Budden feels away. And on, I think it was the podcast before his last podcast, he gets on the podcast and he doesn't directly address the situation because Ish and the other dude didn't let him really get into it, even though he kind of wanted to and he seemed hurt by the situation. But he basically tried to say, hey, listen, if that's what you got to do for a bag, go ahead and do it. Cool. You know what I'm saying? So Joell Ortiz responds on Clubhouse and it's like, yo, this ain't necessarily about a bag. We owe this to the fans. And we ain't lose our hunger to rap. We still want to rap, and that's what we're going to do. So now fast forward to what was yesterday. Royce the 5'9" goes live. He has Joe Budden and Joell Ortiz on live and hopes to quell the situation amicably, have a conversation about it, come to terms with it, leave on a peaceful note. And clearly it ended up getting heated. And they both throw the FrankStand at each other, and that's how it is, man. If you ask me, I feel like, why the hell can't Joe Budden and Royce the 5'9" say, hey, listen, y'all do y'all thing. It ain't gonna be as good as it is without us, because it was the four of us that made it a thing. You know what I mean? Me and Joe got more star power than y'all, but y'all go ahead, do y'all thug thizzle for shizzle my nizzle, you know? Why couldn't they just do that? You know what I'm saying? And say, hey, listen, if you love Slaughterhouse, go ahead and check out the album. It ain't a big deal. It ain't costing them no money, you feel me? At the same time, they don't owe Joell Ortiz and King Crooked that. But it's like, why not? If we supposed to be friends, if you mad I made a decision to continue a thing that we started without you because you choose that you wanted to be dead, why I gotta be dead because of you? That's my opinion, you know what I'm saying? But that's just another day. Another day in the world of hip hop. Another day in the world of Joe Budden, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe, peace.